There are calls across the country to defund police, but in Grand Rapids that can't happen right now because the city charter requires a minimum of 32% of the city's general fund go to police. News 8's Lindsay McComel has been digging into the rule voters approved a quarter of a century ago. She's in studio control with our story. Lindsay?
Let's do the Safety First campaign in 1995 aimed at hiring 95 more officers for the city. The chief at that time pleaded with residents for more support, which voters approved.
I am telling you, I need help. And more important than us, the people in these neighborhoods need help.
A sense of desperation from then Grand Rapids Police Chief William Haggerty in the middle of a citywide campaign, as explained in January 1995 by Henry Erb.
Grand Rapids voters are being asked to raise their city income tax by 0.3% and decrease their property tax by 2 mills. To make sure the extra money goes for the 95 new cops, there is a charter change on the ballot guaranteeing that at least 32% of the city budget be spent on police every year.
At the time, the city was already dedicating 28% of the general fund to the police department. But the idea was that if we were going to have an increase, the commission wanted to make sure that that money would be dedicated to neighborhood services.
David Doyle worked on the Safety First campaign alongside Ed Kettle. Both men spoke to News 8 over Zoom.
We were down to below the number that Chief Haggerty said I have to have based on geography and the number of calls we get for response. And he was about response times. People do forget that in the 90s, we were involved in some pretty significant gang problems, gang flare-ups. There was a lot of murders and a lot of shooting going on as the 90s went along. And that was a cause for concern, and that's when people realized, yeah, I guess we do need more of these cops to do all this stuff.
That concern translated to voters approving more funding for the police department during the March 1995 election. Fast forward 25 years, and the permanent change to the city charter has generated questions as part of ongoing public debate. Both Kettle and Doyle urge patience as GRPD commits to continued reform.
There's a quarter of a century difference here. And so there's a number of different approaches that need to be looked at, and I think that's what they're doing now. But the reality, too, is these are not easy times. This is very difficult to determine nowadays what is an adequate-sized police force as a city that keeps growing.
Now, right now, GRPD is actually getting even more money than required. 38% of next year's proposed budget would go to police, and some are asking the city to cut that back to that minimum 32% required. That would mean more than $9 million in cuts, and commissioners would have to vote to make that happen. Reporting in studio control, Lindsay McComel, News 8.